Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Red Jenny, a Dragon Age story. We're here to play some gosh dang Dragon Age TTRPG. It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as Van's usual gosh dang Dungeons and
God
Dragons,
dang
but
Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah. Gosh dang Dragon Age TTRPG.
Gosh
We
dang, this
are
is Dragons and Dragons.
Dragons and Dragons.
You
Uh,
sound like Doug Dimmadome.
That's what I'm going for. Hi everyone. Welcome. You can probably tell by our energy. Most of us have had quite a week, and we're here to blow off some
And it's
steam.
Monday.
And it's Monday. A week since you last. It's been 1 week since you looked at us.
Look, that post-holiday energy is
Yasmera.
real. We're full of turkey and pre-Christmas fa-la-las.
And regret.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us and tuning in for this energy that we are going to have here today. Before we get to all of that and talk about what's going on, I want to talk about what's going on in the channel. I believe our next regularly scheduled stream after this one, because it's an off week for Tuesdays, will be on Thursday, barring any unforeseen complications. Bump in the Dark will be back. Man
I think
has
so.
a look. Man has a look.
I think so.
I think Bump in the Dark will be back this Thursday. So come join us for that. We're playing the
We're playing
Bump in the Dark. We're playing Bump in the Dark. It is called.
You did not bother to learn the name of the show, I see.
I have not learned the name of the show yet.
What is called Tales from Iron Country.
Tales from Iron Country.
And it's about Iron Country.
Listen, I can barely remember my name most days. Can't bother to remember anyone else's.
I can't wait to see if anybody remembers what the hell was going on.
Yeah, that'll be the real challenge. But yeah, join us for that on Thursday. It's only our second session, so you haven't missed much. You've missed a lot, but you haven't missed much, like in time wise. You catch up really quickly. Speaking of which, our YouTube holds most of our content. If you want anything to watch in between now and Thursday, get caught up on all the shows that we've got over on our YouTube page. Links in the chat for that. As usual, our schedule, our full lineup of shows is below our faces. If you're watching us live on Twitch, scroll down, you can see everything that we've got going on the channel throughout the week, what we play, when we play it, and who's there. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to my lovely players here to talk about themselves for a moment. Tell us who you are, what you do on and off this channel, and who you are playing tonight, starting as always with Van.
Hi, I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Van But Wilder, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internets. I'm on Blue Sky, I am on Mastodon. I don't post because social media makes me tired, but I'm there and I might, and you're not going to want to miss it when it happens. That's where you can find me. I stream on Twitch a lot and hang out in the Discord. I'm here several days a week, running Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday mornings and playing in games, and then on Sunday nights, I'm on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp, playing one more session of Alien. It's going to be very exciting. Tonight, I'm playing Venehn, who is an elven marksman, and given the choice between the two kinds of people, he's a cat person.
Fuck. Hey, I am Christina Sid. I am always caught off guard by Van's bits, and it's great. You can watch me think in real time, which is, I'm sure, excellent content. I'm here a couple days a week. Might have some random one-shots coming up. I'll keep y'all posted. Tonight, I am playing Yasmera. She is our Kunari Shadow. I mean, yeah, I think 100% Yaz is a cat person. I don't feel like she could handle dog energy very well. I think she's a cat person.
She already has Garas and Venehn.
She has 2 dogs.
Yeah. So I think she very much is a cat. Yeah, in a lot of ways. So yeah, 100% cat person.
All right, yeah. What's up, y'all? It's me, Wall, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet. You can find me on the social medias at WALLE132. Just type it in, you'll probably find me. You can find me here on GGK playing in the games that people mentioned already. Also, you can find me on oh right, yes. Why did it just blank my mind completely the name? Yeah, coming soon. Actually, I think it's this week over at Husha_Kids YouTube channel, Lurking Legends episode 1. We're gonna be premiering that. You like Dungeons and Dragons, but you don't like the setting? Do you like One Piece in which there was a D&D 5e system game of it that you could watch? Well, if not, watch it anyway. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. Come check it out. It's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
grand.
the very niche group of people that this would very much apply and or excite is like on this call. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just an invite to everyone on the call, I guess. Come
Hey,
check
you guys
it
at
out.
home, go away for a second. We're making plans.
But yeah, that's where you can also check me out at. But tonight I am playing Garas, the Elven Grey Warden duelist, who is 100% a cat person because he's the type of cat parent that will have long conversations with his cat, because he will end up with a cat that is a very mouthy cat, and he has conversations back.
Okay,
and
but
forth.
what about Garas?
I have been read. I've been called out. Same reason.
Called out.
Same reason.
All right, guys, that's me. Hi, internet. Hi, mom. It's me. It's Sita. You can find me on the internets at Mr. Wilt most places. Much like everybody else in this group, though, social media kind of, reach out to me and I'll say something back, but don't expect me to be making posts. It's poopy. You can find, I guess occasionally I will post on the Instagram. That's at john.ceta, where I'll post pictures of the wonderful food that I make. It's been a little while, though. I should update that. You can also find me every Monday with these wonderful people, and every other Tuesday, sometimes when things actually work out and my internet didn't blow up like it did last time, playing Escape Velocity on this channel with some other wonderful people. Come check it out. I swear we will play again one day. But tonight and here I will be playing Andros Philippe Bastille de Cartier, also known as Carter, the human arcane warrior. And I think Carter is kind of a cat person. Along the same kind of logic as Yasmera, the big excited energy of a dog is a little much for him. But I was thinking about it, and I think Van, this question has retroactively added that when we got back to Val Royeaux and Carter started acting like Sebastian and doing the Playboy high life and whatever, he got himself a pet iguana. Carter is totally an iguana boy.
That's such an awesome segue to Pet Iguana, though.
So
Does
cat
he
person,
bring it around is the question. Like, does he
Yes.
keep it on his
okay,
shoulder
on his
like
shoulder.
a parrot?
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe sometimes
Have
when it's
to.
like just us, because he doesn't, iguana tails can hurt. So he's not trying to get anybody hurt
What's
or anything
its name?
destroyed. Oh God.
On the spot.
I will come up with that by the end of the stream.
But
So you all will just have to stick around to find out.
Oh boy. Hi everyone. I'm Val. You ride the Kraken's Crown lurking around the internet. I'm here Thursdays and Mondays playing and running games. Other than this game, run a game on Sundays called Hearts of Stone, where we play Blades in the Dark. It's at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So join us for that if you enjoy what we do here today. Because mostly it's just more crime. Everyone else in the universe is a dog person. Are you all ready to get started? All right. Previously on Red Jenny. Again, I'm going to do my best to recap here. General recap. Y'all are trying to stop bad shit from happening in Val Royeaux. The crew, the Red Jenny, was alerted to a plot not only to assassinate the divine, but also of a plot to assassinate themselves, their very own.
Just to be clear, we're not trying to assassinate ourselves.
Of a plot to assassinate y'all. No, but the two clans, two groups, the Antivan Crows and the Ben Hassaroth, have set their sights on various members of the Orlesian community, the Valerio citizenry here, and y'all are have taken upon yourselves to thwart their plans very successfully. You're given a week to accomplish this task and have done very well, too well even, giving about to accomplish your plan probably before the end of the week. The to last session specifically, you began by interrogating Null, one of the Ben Hasroth agents that came along with Yasmera's mother to the city, and the, I guess, arch nemesis of Yasmera in many ways. You to find out some more information about the Ben Hasroth's plans. Let's see. I'm looking over my notes here and trying to okay, you interrogated Null. I have Venehn harassed a church.
I did no such thing.
Along with your, well, who was it? Was it Jeffrey?
I sat very politely at church.
You sat very
the entire time.
You paid to harass a church to find a seeker
like I do in real life.
That might be. We're not going to dig into that.
I just meant we do fundraisers on this channel sometimes that the church doesn't like very much.
That's fair. To find a seeker specifically that might be able to be brought to your cause. And Yaz and Wolf blew up a hunting lodge outside the city that was used by the Crows as sort of a base of operations.
And we all fell in love with another mean, burly woman.
Yep. Yeah. We we met another. What was there was a phrase that was used that Wally dropped in the chat last time.
Oh, it's Red Jenny forever shooting their shot against angry women.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
And that was just day 4.
I didn't flirt with her once.
Day 5, Venehn did.
She still took you back to her place.
Still in her room.
That's true. Well, yeah, because Venehn did approach.
Which is how I'm going to pitch what happens when I get back, by the way.
That checks out. But yeah, you approached and met face-to-face Seeker Livia Demenya, who was very skeptical about your plans, but you were able to convince her of the sincerity, or that you at least believed that there was some sort of plot to kill the divine. Of course, she couldn't let you just walk away after making those allegations, so you were brought into kind of loose custody by the Seekers while she investigated some of the allegations you had made. Garas and Carter went to make a false report to the chief of the captain of the guard.
Absolutely
here.
The worst crime that was committed last time. False reporting.
Captain Morgan.
The worst crime was Captain Morgan.
I forgot about him.
My new
so
favorite
unprofessional,
NPC.
that captain.
The
Who is
worst.
this man?
I like him. He's stupid. He's
wanna-
big and
you wanna enact
stupid. I
real
like
change
him.
in Valrio. This is where we start, okay? We have to fix the systemic problems from the inside. I'm gonna tell you, we need to start local. We got to get rid of Captain Morgan and elect a proper official in his place.
I
okay?
don't think Captain Morgan is a problem. I think it's the shoddy training that he clearly got. I think he means well.
You know, increasing funding could be good, but we got to make sure that.
Wait,
the
do
funding
we
is going
want to
the right
fund the
place,
police? Hold on.
Wait,
Wait a second.
Whoa.
We're
Back
putting
up,
my
back
notes.
up.
Who fund the police?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I have
Not that
realized
one.
my 2 defaults for my favorite NPCs to create are
Big and stupid.
strong, angry women and big, stupid men. Are the 2 like that I default to, and
All
then
of
just
Two
which.
genders.
cool, and then just
Yeah.
cool non-binary, just cool non-binary people.
Yeah,
They're
that's
way
it
too
exactly.
All of which
Yeah.
are represented on this call.
I'm
you
big and
at home.
stupid.
Get to guess who's who. Tag yourself.
Are you are you a strong, angry woman, big dumb
stupid
man,
man.
or cool non-binary?
You may think you know what I am, but the answer will surprise you.
And you'll have to find out next week, I guess, because that's gonna be the bit.
Oh boy. Anyway,
The
and
bit
then
is just
Yaz
gonna
did,
be tag yourself.
Yaz did some research and uncovered some very important information that I don't want to gloss over about some precedent that has been set for having a meeting with the divine in an emergency situation, to which a certain former prince that is under your care may be benefited by. So all of
Wait,
that
have we
having
never
happened.
made the bard normally known as Prince? Have we never done that bit?
No,
Not
you
yet.
all have it.
How
Not
is
yet.
that?
We have not made it
Whoa!
yet.
You just
Guys.
did.
We just
Bam.
did though.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's like not the most topical reference.
Yeah.
Not the most, but you know what? I intended it, and I'm gonna pretend like I intended for that.
Hey, own up to it.
Yeah.
Who can tell you we were wrong?
Are we doing a
Everyone on the
stream?
internet.
Should we continue, or is the recap
Yeah.
enough for
Are we
today?
on? Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Are we
Is the
on?
It
recap
is.
enough for today? Can
this
we
thing
end
on?
after 30 minutes? No. Let's that's it though. That's everything that happened last time. And that was the conclusion of the 5th day. So we are on day 6, which is
The
essentially your
6th
last day to really do much and take some actions. Your biggest obstacle right now is you are a few points away from finishing convincing the chantry. If you do succeed in that, then you will gain some allies with the seekers there and have a much easier time defending the divine. However, do you get up to anything else you want today? So I think we should start with the people that are not being detained, and then we'll get back to Venn.
That's
Only
us,
a
right?
little detained.
Only a little
I
detained.
could probably get out if I really
A
wanted
light
to.
detainment.
As a
yeah.
treat, I think I could probably get out if I wanted to. But
I mean, I literally told you could leave if you wanted to. I wasn't going to make you roll for that. So if you want to leave, you can. You just might ruffle some feathers.
That's a few feathers.
no, I'm going to see this through.
I would just assumed you had a plan. For staying.
Okay.
That's a bold statement you've made.
Probably
Okay.
a bad assumption from me.
Both of you to assume that about
The
us.
plan is wait for her to come back and see what she was able to find.
And
Okay.
snoop in her room in the meantime.
Yeah, I did go through her shit. Or whoever's room I'm in.
Yeah, you don't even know if it's her room. It's just a room.
We're all assuming that it's her
I'm
room.
pretty sure I went through whoever's stuff it was.
You did.
So it's not hers.
I mean,
It's
nothing-
not my
you don't-
turn. It's not my turn.
Do you know her well enough to know her stuff?
Well, I know her name.
She doesn't have embroidered like linens.
Never
Like
know.
You don't like write your name in the beginning of like a new journal or something?
she doesn't have a journal. You didn't find a journal.
I don't remember what I found.
I bet she's a horse girl anyway.
Her parents didn't like put the label in all of her undergarments or anything, like going to camp.
Yeah.
No.
She didn't hang up her certification from Seeker Elementary,
Seeker
Doesn't like have her
Academy.
Seeker
degree on the
University.
wall?
She doesn't have her name in like woodblock letters underneath a sign that says "Live, Laugh, Love."
No middle school soccer trophy.
Karate trophy?
Degree.
She doesn't have a
Master in
collage
Secret
of
Arts.
Polaroids on the wall
Isn't
with
that
her
one
and
of
all her
those
friends.
one of those things that my dad made me when I was younger, where I displayed all my karate belts and had my name at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any more of these?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
We can just do this
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
if you
We
want.
could probably do this for at least another
Ooh,
20
spelling bee
minutes.
trophy.
I almost want a spelling bee once.
Fun
Back
facts,
at the
I can't read.
ranch.
I was in 4th grade and I spelled oceanography wrong, and I feel like that's okay. It's a long word.
Failure.
Never forget. I'll
Uh,
never forget
oh
how to
my
spell it ever
goodness.
again. I'm muting myself.
so, back at the Red Jenny. Let me get this on some semblance of rails.
Okay. Okay,
Uh,
so
Go ahead.
we were able to spread the word that some shit is probably going to go down against the Chantry. If they listened to us and took it to heart, I don't know, because the captain, he was kind of an idiot, like really unprofessional, and it gave me, made me feel kind of nervous as a citizen of this city. But that's still a whole nother thing. I still spread the news. Who knows if that is going to go anywhere? Venehn is still wherever. Hopefully he can get out and take care of himself.
We'll still give him through nightfall. I may have found something. But we'll need to have a conversation with Arlo.
Well, why? What did you find?
If you want to see the Divine in an official capacity, well, you either need to be a new mage or deposed royalty.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But
So,
I can understand if Arlo would have particular reservations about coming forward, letting it be known that he is an extremely public figure. He's actually not who he said he was, and is in fact royalty in hiding.
kind of goes against our whole entire plan with him, honestly.
Exactly.
Let this happen naturally instead of just dropping a bomb on the city, but... Do we have any other options besides that?
I would ask Venehn. However,
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps until he has returned, or we have an opportunity to speak with Arlo, we should work on further fortifications of the land. I must head into town this afternoon to pick up more salmon for Mr. Tickletoes. Perhaps while I am there, I could get some further supplies for reinforcing the winery.
Okay, that could work. Well, I could see if there are any Great Wardens that are stationed in the city on leave. See if they can swing on by and provide a little bit of extra muscle.
that could work.
Until
Alright.
then, we're kind of sitting on our hands until Venehn comes back.
I mean,
Alrighty.
Arlo is here.
Arlo is there. If y'all want to talk to him. I'll also point out that for the Defend the Red Jenny thing, if y'all want to just go be full completionists and do everything at 100%.
Do we get an achievement?
Yeah, you do
Do we
get an
achieve us?
achievement. I'm gonna send y'all all a sticker. It's gonna be it's the first and only achievement. Y'all have all platinumed my game. But
As long as it has my name on it, because I'm going to hang it on my wall.
okay.
And then we'll all know which room his seat is in the commune that we're building.
You can use Wolf to finish like you did with a Kant, to try to get a bonus to fortifying the Red Jenny. You would only have to roll 1d6 today.
If we lose that progress, I will not be offended. I just want to say that as a player.
I mean, I'd rather that we focus on the Chantry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If we lose the Defend the Red Jenny, then we lose Defend the Red Jenny. But the Chantry is kind of important.
Yeah. And I'll remind y'all too, the Find Us Off the Crows and Defend the Red Jenny were like either or objectives. You didn't have to do both of them. The idea with that was that
We could.
Yeah. It was either taking out the crows before they came to look for y'all or defending and holding down the fort.
We have one more day after this, or is this our last activity day?
This is going to, well, okay, so technically day 7 was going to be an activity day, but y'all are so far,
Well, if we have
there's no
day
reason.
7, then you guys can just try the fortifications, and if I don't finish the
Yeah.
chantry thing, we can do it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That could always work.
Like we're
I guess
so
it'd be
blasé
2d6.
about this.
2d6 today, not 1d6.
I believe.
It's just that it's
I
that
believe
we
in us.
focus so hard on the other stuff, so it's like, yeah, with the
It'll be
defend
fine.
the
It'll be
region.
fine.
Yeah.
Even if we do
which-
get the +8 though, someone else would also have to focus on that because 8 + 6 is only 14.
True. Yeah. I mean, okay,
I
Let's
did
do it.
math.
Also, out of character, I'm all down for a challenge.
me too.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
we don't do the defend the red Jenny at all, that's fine. Make it
Yeah.
harder.
The defend the red Jenny is only going to come into play. Kind of like, again, metagaming it a little bit. The defend the red Jenny only comes into play if y'all decide to do. You have found the crows. You know where they at. You have the ability to stop them, and you've kind of set the scenes by turning them against the Ben Hassaroth. I'm taking that in consideration, but they still have a job to do, which is showing up here, showing up at the red Jenny on day 7 to
Fuck shit
kill
up.
y'all and take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
take,
so it might be
Wolf.
worth pouring some energy into that
Mhm.
for when
Yeah.
they get here.
Yeah,
What's left
because
of
if
them.
y'all don't go and try to throw down with the crows today
They're
or
gonna come to
tomorrow,
us.
Yeah.
they're gonna come to y'all.
I think it's just let them come to us. So let's do it. Let's talk to Wolf and just put those 8 points in and then see if we can get that last one in.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Sure.
And then today we'll be doing the chantry.
Kind of
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
give him
that's true.
locale, location.
Like then just like gets out the tower, climbs out the tower, goes, does stuff, does defend the red Jenny, then comes back in.
Yeah.
Like I was here the whole time.
You can't prove I left.
Put like a straw dummy underneath a pillow, underneath the blanket.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So do y'all want to? The plan for today is y'all are going to focus on this area. Really, what I want to know is, are you going to do anything with Arlo right now? Does anybody want to go talk to Arlo?
This is gonna be a really heavy conversation.
Yeah.
Let's do stupid shit first, and then we can have the really
warm
potentially
up.
heavy conversation.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do y'all want to try to make some rolls to prepare the red Jenny today, and then
Yeah.
leave Wolf for tomorrow if you need them?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What are the-
what? I just thought of one. What would I don't know what you would ask me to roll, but what if I just bought like a bunch more iguanas?
I'm sorry.
What
that is
are-
not where I thought you were
what
going to
do
go
you-
with that.
Wait, no, I want to
Like,
hear
what would I roll
the.
for that?
I want to hear the rest of the thought.
And then just let a bunch of angry iguanas loose whenever the attack
Do
happens.
iguanas get angry?
Do you want an army of iguanas? Is that what you're
Just
you're
a
thinking of
small battalion.
Are you thinking a horde of iguanas is going to help you against?
Wait, is it a
elite
horde?
trainers?
Are
What
you
is a
saying
group
it's
of
not?
iguanas?
God.
What do you call a group of
It's
iguanas?
just-
Something
It-
stupid, probably.
A mess. We
A
want
mess
a
of
mess
Just
of
a whole
There we go.
iguanas.
mess of
A
iguanas.
whole mess.
Okay,
A whole
so you
mess
want a
of
mess of
iguanas.
iguanas to
Oh my
fight
goodness.
untrained iguanas to fight these
Well,
assassins.
no.
Well, I assume we
Carter
can't-
gets them, and then we train them today.
You're gonna
So
train
that's
these
the
iguanas
next-
in one
that's the
day.
Can we
Natural.
afford trained iguanas?
Yeah. We make money. We make
Dude,
iguanas.
I have 10,000.
iguanas!
I have 10,000 silver pieces.
Somebody's
right now.
got to tell me.
10,000 silver pieces.
I know somebody on the internet knows what kind of damage iguanas can do.
They do. They
Their tails.
look, all right.
Their tails.
They're very
They will cut
yeah.
your freaking legs open.
They're
Yeah,
deadly.
they're-
Those things. Those things will fuck you up.
Can an
Iguana.
iguana
kill a man.
kill you It's the
Why are we
second
looking
search
up this
result.
stuff?
Can an iguana kill you?
Literally, the first thing that came up is Florida man claims stand your ground defense in iguana. ... I'm not clicking on that.
Oh my gosh. How did we get here?
Man, and with that Florida Man reference, that makes me think of the time there was the guy at Wendy's with the crocodile, and I realized that I may have turned Carter a little bit into a Florida Man with this move. But
You have kind
honestly,
of.
no, I think like a trapped hatch in the ceiling or something that just, drops 3 iguanas on a guy, it's gonna mess
And
him
by
up.
3 we mean 8.
Strategic
So-
locations around.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least there we
Look,
got.
we included Kevin
Wait,
McAllister
there's a
into
related
this thing. Like,
there's a related search that says death by falling iguana. Hang on.
There we go. There we go.
This is science.
Okay. So what I'm hearing though is not so much about buying the iguanas, it's about making the iguana-based traps.
Iguanas are cold-blooded animals. When they get super cold, they have a tendency to topple over from trees and plunge to the ground. Don't worry, they're usually fine. They are frozen in a pose that's both comical and vital for their survival.
So we wanna make traps that we drop iguanas on people.
We want cold iguanas. We get them
Yeah.
really
I get
cold.
cold.
Iguanas.
If we
And then
can't
they
get
all
them
just
cold, we're fine
drop.
with just dropping live iguanas on someone because that alone is just horrifying.
I don't think we should do this.
Ida is going to be all over our ass.
We just hear the voice of reason from Venn from
And if
miles
Venehn
away.
is saying that
If Venehn is the
They don't
voice
wanna
of
do
reason.
this.
Venehn didn't say that.
I feel like as they were discussing this
I said
plan,
that.
Garas looks at his hand and there's a note on his hand that says, "Garas, make sure they don't make a trap with iguanas," from Venehn. And he's like, "Guys, I don't think we should make a trap with iguanas." Venehn left me a note to say otherwise.
Ooh. Maybe not. Maybe not.
are you certain that Venehn wrote that?
Yeah, it's on my hand. Venehn wrote it on my hand that says, "Garas, make sure we don't use iguana trap with
That-
Venehn."
Actually is his handwriting.
I
We're a
haven't been getting
bonded
much sleep
pair.
recently. Thought he would have liked that. So no iguanas? We don't want to do iguanas?
No iguanas. But like
Okay,
I could talk to some off-duty Grey Wards and see if they just want to stick around here to add for extra muscle here to protect the Red Jenny. I can do that.
let's do that then.
Yeah,
All right. We do that.
we do that. Yeah, I want
Much
to.
more reasonable than an army of iguanas.
A mess of
A mess of
highly
iguanas.
trained, freezing cold iguanas.
This is
I
a
w-
long-term clock.
I just wanted to
It's
be
a
clear.
long-term
I
project.
wasn't the person that vetoed this. I just wanted to be
I don't
clear.
think we should do the iguana.
It was the person that we didn't think would be the it,
I
and it
don't
kind
like-
of threw us off.
I don't like
I
the
was-
idea of a bunch of iguanas getting killed. Bias. I don't like the idea of a bunch of iguanas getting assassinated.
Oh gosh.
Okay. What are you thinking for your role?
I was gonna do
We're
a
not.
persuasion.
This is getting big vibes of my Wednesday IRL game where we can't get through a single thought without somebody going off on a tangent or making a joke. And I'm gonna start my way of dealing with it in that game is to let them run and then hit someone in the head with a hammer, literally a squeaky hammer that I was gifted by my players. And I will start using that. I don't know how, but I will.
You just all go on roll and you hit the horrible ping button every time.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
That's
making
it.
bad noises.
That's it. That's it. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna do persuasion.
Okay. Communication persuasion.
Yeah, I'm gonna do communication persuasion and just basically go to like one of the usual Grey Warden hangs, because there's like a Grey Warden tavern. There has to be. Like
Sure.
off-duty Grey Wardens go there.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go there and like chat it up with them, see if they can help us out if they're off duty.
Okay. Yeah, let's
And what's the
Let's
target
roll
number again? I don't-
it is this one's the lowest.
15.
15.
Oh, okay, because I got a 15, but I got really shitty rolls.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I
did
didn't.
it,
I
though.
got one on the dragon dice. I can tell you that. Because I got a 60, but I only got one on the dragon dice.
Well, you know what? That's what you need at least to get if you're going to use that +8. So at
Oh,
least y'all are within striking distance there.
okay.
Yeah, we won't narrate a bunch, but yeah, I'd say there's probably some sort of maybe not like in the city, but just outside the city, maybe like a roadside inn a couple miles up the road. A lot of like travelers come through there, and the Grey Wardens that are patrolling through this area tend to stop there. Most Grey Wardens don't really go into the city very much. That's not their charge to really defend the people of any of like major cities from themselves, and usually darkspawn don't find themselves in populated areas like that, but patrols come through here every now and then, at least for the Grey Wardens that have not been directly called to action to serve in the larger military force, mostly kind of small patrols that are dealing with darkspawn in their usual ravaging and pillaging in the surrounding farmlands. Yeah, you pop into there, wait it out a few hours, ask around some questions. You end up finding some wardens who have passed through the area recently or are coming through and asking for some favors, and are able to persuade them that one, you're asking them to guard a winery, which is a cushy gig compared to what they normally do.
Yeah. That's how I try to sell it. It's easy money.
We'll pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume you do tell them that these are
Oh, yeah.
that the Antivan crows are coming this way, which is a little bit harder of a sell. But
We'll pay him, and they can have dinner.
the promise of free food and wine, and they get to test their mettle against some of the most fearsome killers and all of Thedas, is compelling to some of them. So you're able to find, it's not like dozens, but I'd say like 4 or 5 wardens to come help out, which is these are well trained and well seasoned combat veterans, so they are very willing, very capable of holding their own. And you send them in the way of the Red Jenny. Nice, awesome. Not gonna give them names because if I do, you'll get attached. Who wants to go next? Cards you find? See, did you think of something non-iguana related?
No, I kind of had all my cards on the iguana thing. Does anybody want help with
not worth it
Sid, do you want
anymore.
help? Also, did I use magic last? I think I did. I can't remember what my last roll was.
I think you used etiquette.
It wasn't
Your
magic
last check-
because we had done magic the one before that to go for.
Right, I forgot it was
I
with
remember
Captain
talking
Morgan.
Yeah,
about
well,
it.
y'all went to
I
make the false
helped.
report.
Oh, you helped. That's
Garrus,
right.
Yep.
That's
the
right.
last one.
With Captain Morgan, yeah.
Yeah. Sid, why don't you go? I'll see if I can come up with something.
Okay. If we're gonna focus on the defense, I was thinking perhaps I could use a military lore. Just like fortification, a small space, bottlenecks, lots of bottlenecks. Yeah.
I mean,
that
honestly,
sounds official.
that's probably the least of a stretch that any of these roles have been at this point. So,
Hey.
Yeah, let's do that. Military lore would be perfect for
Sweet.
this.
Got +7. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is gonna be close.
I'll laugh if these are the roles that y'all fail on.
Right? Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay, 9 + 7 is 16. Okay,
Okay, you do succeed.
I rolled a 5, 2, 2. I was like, ooh. But it's 2 on the dragon die.
Hey, we're getting there. These are honestly the lowest. How is it? This is the check.
I don't know.
Once the pressure's off, your rolls just like
Just
tank.
it's
I love that for
horribly
us.
wrong. Horribly wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you take some time and just kind of like looking over. I mean, you're not in
Entrances, exits, like the secret
Yeah.
entrance. Can we move some fencing around? Like,
Mhm.
any little bit helps.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult prospect because you're not. This isn't like a traditional fighting force. You're talking about a group of assassins who aren't going to move in a traditional like military engagement sort of way, but you at least can pull on some knowledge of maybe similar kind of events. I mean, you almost treat it more like a dark spawn incursion, or like something a little less traditional, like guerrilla warfare tactics, things like that, to figure out the best ways to fortify when everything goes down, where everybody should retreat to, how to minimize your exposure to any sort of like, because you imagine they're probably very skilled archers and marksmen in the group as well, and they would so meeting them in open combat probably isn't the best bet. So yeah, you take some time and create a kind of a game plan, as much as you actually like fortify the area too.
Well, I
I'd
gotta
say
get Kevin in on this too. So
Yeah.
very. I feel like a very great conversation. with
Yeah,
Kevin.
I mean, no, Kevin McAllister is very. Yes, Van. I saw you unmute like you were gonna say something.
I just had a flavor text thought.
Oh, go please.
But it's that Kevin knows Yasmera because Venehn has specifically told Kevin if anything happens to him, that's who he needs to go to.
Yeah,
Me or
Kevin was
That's
showing
who
up
he
to
that's
work
who he
on-
needs to find. That's his
Kevin was
emergency
showing-
contact.
Yeah, Kevin
For
was
the
showing up to
children.
work on traps because it's getting closer. Like most of the traps haven't been set up all week, because that wouldn't make any sense. Was working on the traps, was bringing them here, so it was like setting up some of these devices, these really like jigsaw-esque devices that he has created, and you're helping with placement. And Kevin is very excited about learning more of the psychological element of like ambush tactics and military warfare, and this is right up his alley.
So you don't explode both right off the bat. You explode the first, and then you wait. Not too long. Just enough that they start to poke their head out from wherever they were hiding. And then you blow the second round.
So I'm reading in this book, there's this part about soft and hard targets, and I'm learning a lot about like vulnerability. I need to reconfigure a few things for maximum lethality. This is giving me a lot of ideas.
Yeah, I'm happy to help whenever you have questions.
And is just excitedly going upon his sadistic machinations. Awesome. We're getting up there. Carter?
Okay, this is kind of a stretch, so feel free to shoot me down on whether this is feasible
Komodo
or not. But could I?
dragons.
Yeah, right.
What?
Damn
do
it,
you
that would have been a good idea.
call A group
Um,
of Komodo dragons.
hang on, this is more important.
A bank. A
Bank of Komodo dragons. Interesting.
I'm actually a bank run by Komodo dragons.
Yep. With little bow ties.
That one movie where the DMV is run by sloths.
Oh yeah.
I like to take out a home loan.
I'm sorry. That was just extremely important, and I didn't mean
I feel like
to.
I've been hissed at by a banker.
Yeah.
Bit and got
Yeah, interest rates have gone
necrosis in my
really.
arm.
Interest rates are going up right now. So
All right. I would like to use magic spirit to encourage the spirits of the Fae to just make the area more unsettling and creepy. I don't think I have like the sort of power to like summon spirits for like combat or anything, but can I make on the night of the attack the winery exceptionally unnerving, hopefully to kind of rattle the attackers a little bit, so when traps start going off, it's just extra, hardcore.
Haunted
Do
bar.
more crime
Haunted
with
bar.
ghosts. It's ghost
I
time,
love
baby.
that.
I'm here.
Time.
I'm here. It's crime time, and we're doing it with ghosts.
I love that we're basically the house the homeowners association is pissed off at right at this point.
Did you think you'd get 2 characters doing ghost crimes?
Didn't.
No.
And I
All I
love
do on Saturdays is ghost crimes.
Ghost crime.
Thank you so
That
many
So-
GTK
ghosts.
brand. That
So
GTK
you-
brand is strong.
You want to haunt the Red Jenny? Okay.
Yeah, hopefully only for like a day though. I'm kind of
Like a week later, they're still there. All of us are just like dealing with it.
It becomes permanently. If we can't have it, no one can. Yeah, you can do that. I'm down for it. If you roll too well, though, I am gonna haunt the Red Jenny forever.
Right. Okay.
Roll too well. Roll too well.
If you roll trip 6s, it's haunted.
Roll trip 6s. Roll trip 6s.
I'm okay with getting.
I did not.
Okay.
However,
we're safe.
8, 12 plus what do I add?
We're safe for
Yeah,
fun.
21.
Damn. What'd you get on the
4.
Dragon Die? Damn. 4. All right. 13 out of 15.
We
you might-
are going to platinum this game. Gonna platinum this game.
Yeah, so you all spend the day really locking down the Red Jenny best you can. Carter, you begin the I guess you're preparing the ritual or the effects you might need, like acquiring some lyrium dust and creating some sigils at key areas like around the Red Jenny for like temporarily like kind of weakening the Fade, like calling forth some spirits of the Fade in certain areas to maybe either like distract or at least create enough of an unsettling presence to hopefully put things in your favor to catch them off guard. And yeah, you have everything ready for that. Kevin is very interested in this and wants to know all about.
You do not
also
teach
going to
Kevin
be
how
a
to summon
little
a
bit of
ghost.
I'm going to be a little bit of a shit. I'm going to tell Kevin and Yasmera about it, but not Garas.
All right, Garas. Garas will not know about the haunting.
I regret Carter's prank era.
So while all that's happening, and we'll get back to y'all in a bit if there's anything you want to do or conversation we have, if y'all do want to chat with Will, but we'll see if Venehn catches up with y'all before the end of the day. Venehn, you just disappeared off my screen. I was like, oh, never mind.
Sorry, I was trying to move something on my shelf.
You've been kept by the Seekers for overnight. You again, not in a cell by any means. You're comfortable, if not a little bit bored. You brought food and
I keep asking for books.
Yeah, they bring you a lot of religious books. It's a lot of like Christian fiction.
Honestly, I will say it's. I made that face, but I think that was me making that face because it's not a religion that Venehn is in any way like invested in or even like knows that much about beyond like the surface stuff. So it's probably actually fairly interesting.
Is
that's fair.
is there a chantry version of McGee and Me? I feel like I'm the only one that's for.
I don't know what you're
I'm
talking about.
unfamiliar.
It was like this. It was this Christian cartoon from back in the day where this kid had a cartoon character. It was basically a Christian version of Lizzie McGuire. Is the best way to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have something like that. They have a compelling series of stories about sentient vegetables.
I
Talking
think
about,
Venehn likes that one.
yeah.
Oh man, I have no next bit we're gonna do.
And the day progresses. It's probably like mid-morning before somebody comes to get you. Seeker Livia enters the room, and I think almost looks a little surprised that you're still here, and
Oh, came back for round 2.
says, well, I wasn't expecting that you'd still be here.
I told you
Good
I'd
to know.
stay. I'm an
Well,
elf of my word.
I suppose well, follow me. There's somebody who wants to speak with you.
Great. That's not like a euphemism for I'm going to get stabbed, is it?
Not unless you do something particularly hostile or annoying.
One of those I can promise.
But no threat. Somebody important that wants to talk with you.
Okay.
Follow me.
You don't have to like put a sack over my head or something.
No, you know where you are right now.
Don't know where I'm
Have
going.
have you forgotten already?
I read a lot of mystery novels.
This way. And she leads you out of the room, back out into the halls of the Grand Cathedral, and over to another section of like some offices and other like there's small like prayer rooms and chapels, and like there's a kitchen, and like there's living space here for the sisters, and the other gendered term for people who are worshipers. We discussed that last time. Elders. I think we said elders. I don't remember.
Are the elders all men though?
I think so.
Is it just the elders that are men, and then everyone else is men?
Oh boy, I should have had.
I mean,
this
some of the
stuff
seekers
up.
are men. I think. Yeah, some of the seekers are men.
Yeah. I just didn't remember what the equivalent of like priest is.
There are
it's brother.
Chantry brothers. Is that what you're asking?
Duh. That's the sisters and brothers of the Chantry.
Yeah, you don't remember fucking fuck ass brother Roderick from Inquisition?
What I was trying to remember is that they don't have. It isn't like mother and father or something. They don't have like father so and so.
Men can't rise that high in the Chantry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anywho, we figured that out again.
Sorry.
Sorry, I just saw.
Fuck ass brother Rod. That's that fucker's name, right? I hate that guy.
I think that
spends his whole time bitching, and then does one nice thing right before he dies, and everybody wants him to be like, "Oh, he's so great." No,
yeah,
you suck. You suck, and I'm glad you got stabbed, Roderick.
You are led out to a less populated area of the Grand Cathedral. Actually, you get the impression, based on Venehn being pretty familiar with, like, pretty directionally aware, you're actually like closer back to where like the Divine's apartments would be. And you're led to the door. There's a circular room with a large golden sun embossed across along the marble floor. Some fountains cascading down along the edges and the periphery of the room. And ahead of you, there is a passageway guarded by two seekers in ornate armor, and a door to doors to the left and the right. You're guided forward to the door on the left.
I'm in a
And
dungeon suddenly. I'm very scared.
and the seeker Olivia doesn't knock on it, just pushes the door open and escorts you inside. And waiting for you inside, uh, currently standing on the other side of a small like sitting area. She looks like she was perusing a book. Uh, you see a familiar face because you've met once before, Duchess Janelle, the
Okay,
left
this
hand of
is
the
what I
divine,
wanted. Yes, this is what I
Uh,
wanted. This is the
who
lady who will take me seriously.
looks over at you,
I'd take
and
my hood off to be polite. I don't probably
she
still didn't have it on. That was last night.
she looks at you and gives a wry smile and says, Duke Garas?
Not today.
Right.
Duchess Janelle, a pleasure.
Please have a seat. I have some questions for you following up on information that was given to me by Seeker Livia. Seeker, you are welcome to stay unless you must return to your duties. And Seeker Livia is kind of like rigidly at the door, and she's like looking between the two of you for a moment, and then thinks better of staying in on this conversation, and says, with your leave, your grace. And she leaves the room, closing the door
She
behind
really
her.
just said plausible deniability and left.
Yeah. He closes the door, and you see Duchess Chanel turn towards you once again. She has long black hair that's kind of like loosely braided that like sort of tumbles in front of her. She's like probably in her like mid 30s. She's very elegantly dressed in a dark blue dress that's like corseted in the middle. It goes up like a very high collar up to her like up her like halfway up her neck, like a choker. And she puts the book aside and gestures for you to sit as she sits across from you at a like a small sitting area with a coffee table where there's already tea that has been poured for the two of you.
I am not getting poisoned again.
Do you sit?
Yes.
She sits as well. She says,
A chair can't poison me.
that you know of. I've been attempted murder by many chairs in my time.
Most of them, that was my fault.
The Duchess Janelle sits in a moment of silence before clearing her throat, saying, I suppose we should dispense with the theatrics. Venehn, correct?
Correct.
You were recently in the employ of Lady Richelieu.
It's not so recent anymore.
So I've heard, given that she has put out quite a sizable bounty for your head.
She's always had the flair for the dramatic.
So what does a career thief and wanted criminal want with the chantry?
My career has encompassed much more than thievery, thank you very much. And I don't want anything to do with the gentry.
Then why are you here?
Because I don't want to see a person who doesn't deserve it get murdered by people I don't like.
And you suspect that the divine is at risk.
I know it.
How?
Well, I'm gonna give her the rundown of what I know. I'm not
Okay.
gonna implicate my friends' names.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to give her the rundown of I know a guy, and sort of what we have found, including because I did bring a copy of the set of plans and a vial of Gatlock, and I had given those to Livia, so I'm assuming
Yes.
she passed those along
You could make that assumption.
and didn't just keep them. I mean, Venehn will probably ask. Those are both directly from a Ben Hasrath contact.
And you are doing this merely out of the goodness of your heart.
I'm sure in your line of work that shocks you.
It does.
It should. You're a smart lady. But really and truly, I have nothing against the divine, regardless of the history of the Chantry. And she was good to me once. So I repay the favor. You're supposed to, pay everything you put out comes back to you threefold or whatever. I figure, save the divine? It's a big threefold for me. Also, I just like her.
Many do. So you can understand why I'm suspicious.
Sure. But you're talking to me. You get all night to just have me stabbed. Or shot or poisoned or any number of things.
I strongly considered it.
That would have been a more fun night than what I had, I will tell you.
You've been spending too much time with bards if you expected anything more exciting to be happening within the Chantry.
I spend my time with a lot of different people. And now I can count you among them.
I think I'll go ahead and have you do a roll. Just to kind of flavor, figure out how the rest of this conversation goes.
Okay.
So yeah, what do you wanna roll?
Well, I mean, it feels like persuasion. Because I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I decided not to lie.
Mhm.
I'm not stealthing. Unless I can somehow couch this in self-discipline. Because I stayed here all fucking night to talk to this lady against not Venen's better judgment, but against Venen's impulses.
I'd be willing
the
to
growing impulse control, I think, is very strong.
I mean,
Power of will, baby.
I'm a fucking tower of will. I stayed locked in a room all night reading VeggieTales.
I would be
And I'm still being
willing
nice to this
to allow for self-discipline if that is the path you wanna go.
It's the bigger number.
It's the what?
It's the bigger number, and I have to roll very high, I
You
imagine.
do. Yeah, you have to roll 21.
21?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, my willpower is one of my other good stats.
I would be. I think you have set this up in such a way, Venen's actions up until this point, that I think that is perfectly acceptable.
I definitely thought about it ahead of time and didn't just make that up.
Totally. Yeah. So yeah, you can go and roll.
I love it. Take improv classes, kids. Sometimes you'll come up with that kind of shit. These are good numbers. Well, a couple of them are good numbers. Hold on. 2 of them were 6s. A 12. I rolled exactly a 21.
Damn.
663.
I hope
Is
y'all
that
know
right?
that 21 in this game is nigh impossible.
6,
is
12,
specifically what it's
15,
described as.
19, 20, 21. Yeah, because I have a
Yeah.
4 and then a 2. Yeah.
Okay. 21. What'd you get on the dragon die?
6!
I'll do it.
I did it!
You did it all on your own.
All by myself. I did it.
You did knock out a sizable portion of this all on your own.
I-
So
No,
congrats
everybody
to Ben
helps.
here.
Everybody.
No, I just say like, but Venon's efforts in the 11th hour with the chantry really, I think, kind of brought this home for
Yeah,
y'all.
what were we sitting at with that before you started doing it? Like 0
I rolled a
or
s-
6?
I
or
rolled
something?
Yeah.
a 6 on my last dragon die too. So my last 2
Mhm.
rolls, I've done 12.
Yeah.
We did really good on the rolls for this, so it really helped us out.
I love this
Yeah.
little blue guy. He consistently delivers.
Little blue guy.
Little blue guy.
Oh, this little blue guy. It's consistent.
Duchess Janelle sits for a moment contemplating.
Venon's being cool. He's being disciplined. He's not gonna be an idiot. This is what he's telling himself in his head. Don't make stupid jokes. You can the seeker maybe. Don't do it.
Is there like
Don't
a
fool this
is there
lady.
is there a handwritten note on Venon's hand from Garas that says, "Hey Venon, don't
Do
make it, don't be a
Do not hit on the left hand of the divine Venonn.
She sits for a moment, and her like piercing green eyes remain like fixated on you the entire time, like very intently reading your expression. And she breaks the silence first, saying, "I do find myself wanting to believe you. Which isn't a sensation or a mood I find myself in often. I've reviewed the maps that you provided. Troubling. And I did verify that that is in fact Gatlock in that vial, to which I can think of only few reasons why you would have it. Either, as you say, you have intercepted a Ben Hassarath scheme to indeed assassinate the Divine, or you are a Ben Hassarath agent, and this is part of a larger plan.
Your Grace, I have been accused of a lot of things in my life. Ben Hassarath is a new one.
They convert all kinds.
Of course they do.
But you do know a Ben Hassarath agent.
I have spoken with the Ben Hassarath agent. They have... Nah, never mind.
I will believe you, but I have 3 questions I want to ask you first. And if you do not answer me truthfully, I will see you do not see the sun for some time.
Okay.
First question. Was it you that stole the glaive from the Empress's palace?
Guilty.
Assumed as much. God damn it. See that? I knew someone was going to go
What
with that.
is your name? I was thinking the same thing and trying to keep my damn mouth shut about it.
Someone had to do it. It's out there now.
I put it in the chat, okay?
I was
didn't-
sitting on
didn't
it for a
derail it.
while. I
didn't
wanted
derail it.
someone to say it.
Is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I
Sounds
don't
like
know
it's fun.
that.
Are you and your compatriots the friends of Red Jenny that I've heard so much about?
Not all of them, by a long shot.
But you are. No, that's not my third question.
I was going to say. I'll allow it.
My last question. Does the title The Architect mean anything to you?
Yes.
All right. Well, I believe you. So, that leaves us in perhaps a worse situation than if I didn't. Because now I have to stop a dear friend of mine from being killed.
We have already put a few things into motion to that effect. But obviously, we can only do so much without you on our side. And we're dealing with a secondary, more personal problem.
They do tend to come in groups, don't they?
Threes. Still waiting for the other shoe to drop.
As am I. All right. I will charge my agents to preparing. We were aware of some Ben Hasrath activity in Val Royale. We simply had not understood until now what it was they were looking to accomplish.
You're welcome.
I'm trusting you with this and bringing you into the fold here. I will do what I can to aid in the Divine's defense, but Rosamond is a close friend of mine, like a younger sister. I will let nothing happen to her, and I will do everything I need to protect her.
Good.
I simply need you to understand that going into this.
Would have done the same for my family.
I assume you have some sort of plan.
I have a couple of ideas. You'd do know what they call me in the underground now.
Yes.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't come up with it.
I would hope not. It would diminish my respect for you.
Just something we have in common. So, where do we start?
I think we should probably cut the scene there and
I've left you a
figure out-
perfect place for a star wipe.
and Starway. And figure out where that's gonna be. But let's go and take a break here. And we will come back and kind of figure out where this is all coming together. As you've pretty much succeeded on everything at this point.
I did it.
So yeah. Thank you everyone out there for watching. We're just gonna take a real quick break to refresh ourselves. We recommend you do the same. Get some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, whatever you might need to do. And we'll
Business
be
time.
back here in a few minutes to continue our session. We'll see you real soon, so stay tuned. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. We're just gonna get right back into it. So, a lot of shakeups here on day 6. I think this is the moment probably to commit to sitting down and having a good old planning sesh with the left hand of the divine and everyone who you want to be involved in this.
We're going to her, right? Like, we don't have to do the whole, oh god, we're having company and like clean the apartment like
Oh,
really
yeah.
fast.
What does she want to do?
I think it could go either way. Probably for appearances purposes, would probably want to meet somewhere discreet. So that could be at the Red Jenny, or it
That
could
kind of
be
is the red Jenny.
I want to show back up at the Red Jenny with
With
fucking
the fucking
Duchess
left
Jeanette in
hand.
tow. And be like, guys, please, I'm begging you.
You just walk in first and we're like, what the fuck have you, oh my god.
Can I please show back up with Duchess Jeanette in tow? Because then it's like super secret because nobody but the two of us knows she's coming.
Yeah. Well, she'll probably be escorted by Seeker Livia.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She'll
She
need
can come
some
too.
sort of escort.
She can
And
come too.
as much as she wanted to be left out of it, I think Seeker Livia is kind of in it at this point.
You know what?
Um,
That's on me.
Seeker Olivia is our new friend.
I
It's
will
just-
apologize to her
Yeah.
in due time.
So
my
yeah, let's do it that way.
Can we also say that we've set up that we're gonna be closed tomorrow for
Yeah.
a private event?
Yeah,
there's
we
a
were
big
already
old-
gonna do that.
There's
Yeah,
a big old
my
like
bad.
sign down the path, like where the turnoff would be, like with the path leading up to the Red Jenny. Y'all have put a sign there that says like Red Jenny Winery closed for
Wedding.
closed for private event.
We make up a name.
Yeah,
for a
the
wedding.
red wedding. Jesus.
No, wait, I take it back.
Private event. Private event.
Uh
And then we, Yaz will cut into her own coffers at this point to send all of our staff home on a little mini paid vacation.
Little paid vacation, little weekend
Mhm.
off.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
We should get one
Yeah.
of those.
Right?
We should take a vacation.
yeah, so the Red Jenny is pretty much it's empty except for obviously y'all. Wolf would be there. If y'all aren't planning on looping Arlo into this, well, no, Arlo has to be there. And, like,
Yeah.
I think Wolf at this point is like, Arlo has to be here because doesn't trust that the crows are not keeping eyes on this place.
Yeah.
And if they try to
Yeah.
move Arlo somewhere else, they're gonna know and just find Arlo somewhere else. So yeah, Wolf and Arlo have to be there. Akant is obviously there.
Nall's still locked up in the basement.
Nall's in the basement.
Yep.
If it had gone less good for me, I was totally gonna offer up Null as the Ben Hasrath I talked to as tribute.
Reggie is still there because Reggie's gonna die in this place.
Reggie refuses to go on vacation.
Mhm.
Reggie's
Poor
just like
choice of words.
Reggie.
Reggie
Reggie's
will
behind.
die at an old age at a place of his choosing, probably a tropical beach where he's being
Yeah.
where he's
No.
being waited
No,
on.
this is his life.
This is his life now.
Yeah, sadly.
He's a major
Uh,
That's
domo.
depressing.
Yeah, he's got his
He
his
earned that major
crossbow.
title.
He's got this crossbow behind the bar that he's ready to his
Hey.
his sawed off crossbow.
I bet
behind the bar.
I bet Reggie at home has a little poster that says "Do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life."
Yeah, that's the
I
only.
think-
It's the only bit of flair that he has in his like little homestead, like this little house that you have here, his apartment that he has on the Red Jenny. It's like completely empty except for like one motivational poster.
And it's right there, like he can see it laying down in his bed, and he just stares
on the
up
ceiling.
at it.
Yeah.
I think
every
100% Reggie trains at home, like Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the other side of the poster, and he flips it over when he knows he's in true privacy, is a crudely drawn image of him dumping a bunch of red wine onto Yasmera. And at
It's
the
not a
bottom it
crudely
just
drawn
says
image.
one day.
He had it professionally commissioned on the back here.
He
Yeah,
spent his Christmas bonus on.
yeah.
It's just Yaz covered in red wine, looking very sad.
It just says at the bottom like life goals. Yeah. Reggie is gonna be the big like Reggie. If anyone's gonna betray y'all and it'd be like a terrible betrayal at the end, it's gonna
God,
be
I hope
Reggie
it's
for motivated only by that one moment.
I hope it's him.
That would
I
be
hope
really
so.
overblown, I think.
He's ingratiated himself into your lives. He's gonna kill Yasmera in the very last episode. Just like full on Lannister sends their regards. Like
Yep.
God, don't
Shanks,
tease
yes,
me.
yeah.
Literally pour one out and walk
Don't
away.
tease me. Don't tease me with a good time.
Don't steal my wish. I was going to say that later.
Well, you can still wish for it. If you
Well,
wish
I'm
for
going
it, then it has to come true. Anyway, so while you are all preparing in a winery that has been mostly like emptied out, except for the things that you're planning on using to defend it, if it comes to that, the the door opens. I imagine everybody like tensely turning towards it as Venehn comes strolling in the front door, followed by.
Well, so I imagine
before-
like she didn't want anybody to know it was her traveling here, so
yeah. So what
then
it
it's
is
fucking
like,
arm in arm with.
well, so it's Venehn walking in first, and then two taller figures cloaked walking in after. One kind of pulls back, and you see pulls back their cloak, and you see a heavily armored woman wearing the tabard of like the Seekers on the front, like fully armored, and the other dressed a little like more simply but still cloaked. You all immediately recognize. Because you've met her before, is Duchess Janelle. I don't remember. Did somebody dance with her at the event? No, that y'all just listened in on her dance with.
I
Marquis.
I spoke with her.
her, I think, briefly.
Yeah, I know Venehn spoke with her.
Yeah, I know. I talked. to her.
I know I talked to her.
Yeah,
Trying
We're
to
not.
like,
I mean, we're.
yeah.
If you've seen us, you kind
Yeah.
of know.
yeah. So anyway,
Seeker,
you-
Your Grace, welcome to the Red Jenny.
So should we get like the good shit out
Busy,
or?
Ven?
What?
Been busy then?
I told you I figured it out.
I'm glad you're not dead.
Oh, it's never in any danger. I was mostly not in any danger.
So
Seeger Livia immediately started like securing the room and like is walking around the perimeter of
Lock
it
the
and
front door.
checking to see if like there's anybody hiding like behind the bar or like in the kitchen or anything like that. It like does a full.
When she goes behind the bar and is looking for stuff, I'm like pointing at her. I'm looking at Garas like,
can I interest you in maybe a drink, some tea, some wine? We got something to drink. You know, we got a lot of variety of things.
can open a sealed bottle if it makes you feel better.
Janelle gives a like a polite smile and she says, I think I'd prefer to stay clear-headed. Tea would be lovely.
Reggie, one round of tea for us, please. Thank you.
Reggie's just been like eyeing Seeker Livia as she's walking around like,
She's in
don't
his
mess with my
space.
shit. Who doesn't really respond to your questions is like fully on like guard dog mode. And Reggie says, all right, everybody else gets a vacation and I'm still having to work.
Reggie,
and
I told
We
you.
offered you,
offered-
Reggie. You
I
cannot
said-
turn around and complain.
I said I would stay here. I didn't say I'd keep waiting on you hand and foot. Well, all right, I'll make some tea. And he heads to make some tea.
What is wrong with it?
He is so cranky lately. Did
I
we-
offered him twice his salary just to go on vacation.
He's
He
so
refused.
cranky.
He's
And
going.
then he does that.
It doesn't matter what you say. He's going to find something to be mad about. That's just his personality. And yes, I know you can hear me.
I always can.
It's not terrifying at all.
Not one bit.
I look at the other two. We trust Reggie with our lives.
Duchess
And we
Janelle
also pay him very well.
sits at one of the tables. She says, well, I'll assume that everyone here is somebody that you trust. I do believe I recognize most of you. She looks around at the room. I imagine Wolf and Arlo are in here too. And yeah, she goes over, she like once overs everyone in the room because everyone here was at the Winter Palace.
Except
my
for
dad.
Dad.
Except your dad.
Except the massive Kunari in the corner.
Yeah, until her eyes fall on Akant in the corner, and then back to Venehn and says, and like back to Venehn for a moment, and then looks up at your dad and says, though I don't believe we have had the pleasure, Duchess, well, you may call me Janelle. And your dad kind of is very awkward about this exposure to the upper crust of Val or Legion society, but sighs and says, I can't. Well, it's my name. And he kind of awkwardly
Yasmera
stands
is
there.
adorable when he is uncomfortable.
That's where Yasmera gets it from.
As a light bulb goes
Okay.
off, I just lean over to Yasmera and go, hey, is Janelle your dad's type? I'm trying to help you here.
So,
I'm looking at Carter. I'm trying to help you here.
There's obvious chemistry between the two of them. Just it's obvious to everyone.
yes,
else
the
here.
spy master and the spy. Yes. It's happening.
It's not at all awkward that your mom is out there somewhere, and
but
this is about
Parent
the.
Trap.
She had her chance. She doesn't appreciate him.
Parent Trap.
She doesn't appreciate him.
The Kunari are not monogamous. I
I
just
was
wanna
about to go
point
there
that
too.
out.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
The
No,
Kunari,
Cannot-
from it.
Canonically non-monogamous.
that is a phrase. Hold on. Can you take another pass at that?
Canonically non-monogamous.
You tried. You did it.
Phenomena.
You did it.
Dude,
Monogamous.
Canonically non-monogamous.
Canonically non.
Okay, you
That is a
guys
phrase we
say
need on a
it.
t-shirt now, which is canonically non-monogamous.
Canonically non-monogamous. I
Yes.
did it.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt.
I think the first time I had an extra syllable.
Hard not to. Canonically non-monogamous.
Canonically
It's
non-monogamous.
That's a tough
twister.
one.
That is.
That's a good new warm-up phrase.
Yeah, I was about to say
Canonically
that's the
non-monogamous.
new
Canonically
channel
non-
warm up.
Well,
Yeah.
you gotta edit it. You gotta canonically Canary are not monogamous. Oh, I didn't.
Canonically,
get the
Canary
name.
are
Canary are
non-monogamous.
non-monogamous.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Canonically,
Canonically, Canary are not monogamous.
Canary
Oh,
are non-monogamous.
It's the last M in monogamous that's getting me.
Yeah, I mean but like to get back into the game.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
In the
Canonically.
canon, they have like breeding programs. Like they don't.
Oh,
they-
yeah.
they-
Yeah.
Like it's not. Sex is for fun. Partnering is for making babies based on
If
whoever
they
the
partner.
Well, that's like they're select. Like specifically, there's like I forgot what they're called. I had it up before.
It's not the ultimate breeder. That's from Danganronpa. Do you guys know this guy?
it
no.
is. Yes,
Oh,
it's
no.
a real thing. It's a real thing.
So his thing is like animals. Like he's good with animals.
Yeah, like animal
But in
husbandry.
translation, he got his ultimate ability is he's the ultimate breeder.
Yeah,
Ultimate breeder.
but it's,
yeah,
it
that's
is
kind of
animal.
terrible.
He's really good at
I'm gonna
animal
post this
husbandry.
guy in the chat because you guys are gonna love him.
Anyway, this isn't important, but yeah.
It feels important. It's world building. This is. I want everybody out there right now to go look up Gundam Tanaka and as many Dark Devas of Destruction. If I were to tell you he had 4 Dark Devas of Destruction, what animal would you think they were? Wally, don't answer because I think you know the answer.
Well, one has to be. an
I
iguana.
know the answer.
You know the answer. You can't say what. They're all the same animal. They're the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction. What do you think they
A
are?
mess of iguanas.
Okay, that's a good guess.
Devas, I think winged, I think owls.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Hamsters. That man has 4 hamsters. God, his Dark Devas of Destruction.
Look, you take what you can get, okay?
Look at him. Look at. He's got he's got hamsters hidden in his scarf, and they just show up sometimes. Oh god.
We're so good at this game.
If you guys, I'm just gonna keep talking until Val's ready. About
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm
Danganronpa.
I'm assuming you'll all start talking.
Here, I've got a way to maybe get us back on track because this is something I want to do
Do you
anyway.
guys want to get hamsters?
I want to. You shot down war iguanas.
Oh, I found it. It's the
What is the group?
Tamaserons is they're the
Yes.
it's exclusively
The
females
matchmakers.
are the ones who control the selective breeding program that raise all the children and officially assign their roles within
Yeah.
the coon.
If you're wondering, it's a horde of hamsters.
That's
Not
good.
the Tamaseron.
The Tamaserons are just a horde of sentient
Hamsters.
fucking
Hamsters.
sapient hamsters.
That tell the Canary who they can bang.
Mhm.
It's the same ones from the Kia commercials.
Yeah.
Are those Kia commercials?
Oh
The big
gosh.
dancing hamsters.
What were you gonna do, Carter?
Yeah.
Carter's going
Sorry.
to do a spare sense on both the Duchess and the Seeker.
Yeah, dude.
Do it.
Okay.
Play the
Okay.
game for all of us.
One word emotion. For the Seeker, I would say
That's what I wanted to know.
it's tense and emotion.
Yeah.
That's the best one? Wary? Yeah.
Because out of character, I know it's so. But is there any?
She
Is it like muted? Do her feelings feel weird?
Huh. I don't. Actually, that's a good question for the Seeker. I'm actually wondering whether you'd be able to read her emotions now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, because for the Seekers, don't they like
Seekers
go
cannot.
through the Rite of Tranquility, but then
I'm
it's
gonna-
reversed.
Well, I am going to extend an ability that Seekers have and apply it to this situation because I think it's close enough. Because seekers cannot be mind controlled under any circumstances. And the spirit sense, though it's not mind control, you're reading her mind in a sense. So I'm going to say you get nothing.
And I've never had that from anyone other than perhaps if I've ever come across. I don't know if I've ever tried to do.
I mean,
this.
probably Venehn occasionally.
If Carter. Well, no, I was thinking like if I've ever tried to read a Tranquil, which we've never done actually in game, but I don't know if that's ever happened in like some downtime situation or something.
Say, I mean, that's up to you whether you think Carter possessed these abilities. I mean, you were in the tower, like y'all had your little adventure in the tower and stuff. Like, I don't know if you actually had those abilities in game, but I would assume Carter had those abilities. You know, has had those abilities for a while.
I picked those up, but yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's a stretch.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
he's
he's just like
done
mind
that.
shielding, kind of like some.
Yeah, unless you have an
stuff.
encounter to see, but this might be Carter's first like close encounter with a seeker before. But yeah, I would say it's similar to reading a Tranquil in a lot of ways. Well, at least in that you don't get anything.
Because just for clarification, we wouldn't know about what the seekers go through.
Right.
I just know
big
stuff.
secret. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big secret.
For the Duchess though,
monogamous and the seekers keep many secrets.
The Duchess is more. It's almost like a curiosity. She's intrigued.
I think that out of the Duchess is pretty expected. The bit with the Seeker is a little odd, so I think Carter is just going to take it upon himself to go over to the Seeker and start pointing out anything that could be of value to her. Like, we have a trap here. The hallway down this way goes to an exit. There are windows all along this side, that sort of thing. Just make myself useful to her situation and try to get more of a intuitive read off of her rather than using the magic thing.
Yeah.
Which you don't really have to tell anything more. That just that's what Carter's doing right now is trying to figure out this.
I'd like you to do just an empathy roll for me.
Okay.
No, this isn't directly related, but I do think this is important for character development. So that's why I want to actually dedicate some time to this. We're not going to get to any big fights today, so I'm not super worried about time.
We'll get there.
Well, I guess I say that. Who fuck knows?
I mean, I'm having a ball.
I do not have.
What if we got somebody to do a doodle of Val, and then it's the four of us are very tiny on Val's shoulders as the Dark Davis of Destruction?
Yes. Like, I need a picture of
just
Val
hamster
as
versions of y'all.
Hamster versions of us.
Yeah, we are your Dark Davis of Destruction.
As long as y'all don't refer to me as the
We
ultimate
are the
breeder,
four
'cause
Dark
I don't.
Davis of
Ultimate breeder.
Destruction.
I don't want to be the ultimate.
Can I call you
breeder.
Gundam?
Yes, you can call me Gundam.
Okay.
Is empathy under perception?
Yes, yeah, it's
It
perception,
is.
empathy.
Okay, then it is a 15.
So what I'm gonna give you is like, she's clearly very reserved. You start pointing her out, and at first she's kind of a little put off by that. But she I'm trying to decide whether she would have, you know what? I'm gonna roll for her. Because I forget that I can do that in this game. Okay. She seems a little wary of you once you get close. You see, like, maybe she's picking up on something from you, but doesn't push the issue because this whole thing is weird. But you kind of show around and kind of point to, like, areas that you've secured, and making sure that she's familiarized herself with the space before returning to keep watch over this conversation. You do get the impression, like, even though you're still not getting any reading from her, like, no emotions coming off of her, but she doesn't present like a tranquil. Like she appears to have, she doesn't seem like the type of person that shows a lot of emotion anyway. But she's independent, not relying on. You can see like a little bit of like irritation kind of pop up at like this whole situation, or maybe some sort of quip that either Venehn or Garas makes. She appears to demonstrate and have emotions. So I guess you're not sure why you can't read her in the same way that you would anyone else. But yeah, I think that's what you get with your 15 empathy.
Cool. I think Carter's going to keep that in his pocket for now.
Yeah. You all sit around the table, and the Duchess she seems very it's a word that I'm looking for. Chagrined, the word. Like she's looking over this odd collection of people, and you can see her trying to work out a puzzle to like what brings all these people together, especially once like Arlo is there, and Wolf is kind of like on the opposite side of the room from Seeker Livia, also keeping watch in this moment, while everyone else is sitting around the table, unless Carter, you're still over by her, or unless you've joined the conversation at the table.
Carter's got an interest in her, but there's more pressing matters at the moment.
So like everyone else sitting one side of the room, it's the Seeker. The other side of the room, it's the former Antivan Crow. And everyone else of this motley crew all
A
sitting
Seeker,
around
a deposed prince, and an Antivan Crow walk into a bar. And
Yeah. As well as two former Ben Hassaroth. I guess a Dalish, former Dalish, and
Dalish.
thief.
Assassin, come
assassin, sorry. A
Thieving is his
disgraced
side business.
a disgraced elven duelist.
Grey Warden, a
Grey
Grey
Warden?
I worked hard for that
Grey
PhD.
Warden, and an apostate mage.
Doctor. That's doctor.
Is that everyone?
Your joke has too much setup. It's not going to
And Reggie.
Yeah. And Reggie. Reggie is the most normal person here.
Reggie's always been the most normal person here. He keeps us grounded. He's our straight man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really though.
Because this party doesn't have one anymore. Since Carter learned jokes.
The
Carter
Duchess,
learned
though, like,
roguing and jokes. Now we're just clowns.
eyes kind of, it takes a moment to kind of summarize the situation, kind of like take stock of the situation, and then says, well, I don't know where to begin here.
I suppose I'll start. Because I just want to give a quick rundown to the friends of what Giselle. She's not here. What
She's not here.
Janelle already knows.
Mhm.
So she knows about. So like I showed them the plans. They knew I had like a copy of the plans, like the Gatlock and stuff. So like she knows about that. And then just like kind of a general like, okay, this is what we've talked about. So that's like where we can start. She may also know a few other things we can talk about later,
But you have not mentioned her, like the crows and what's going on there.
So I told Livia that there were crows coming and going.
You did say that.
Yes.
So I
you did do
imagine
that.
Janelle probably knows that. Because you tell me if I'm wrong, but I was imagining that like once Livia got to her, it was like, here is all the information I have. What are we doing with this?
Yeah. So I think.
So I don't imagine that's something she would have skipped over. So she probably is aware that. Because I mentioned the crows to Livia, and then I had told her that like we were dealing with another problem at the same time. So she's probably put it together. She's very smart.
Then I think the first thing, because it makes sense, would come up as you summarize everything. And she's sipping the tea that has been placed in front of her. Everybody's given drinks and whatever you're imbibing. And she says, very well put. So, my understanding is that you have taken it upon yourselves, the friends of Red Jenny, to stop this assassination purely out of a respect or admiration of the young divine, or for other reasons that I've yet to be made privy to. One question that hasn't been answered for me is, how do the Antivan crows fit into all of this? Given that there's an assassination at play, I would assume they're involved in it.
They are involved so much as we are involved. It is more of a... Well, they come in threes, right? That was our shoe drop, as it were.
You'll have to explain more. I'm not connecting the pieces.
As far as I can tell, the crows don't want a divine dead. But they do have secret avenues into the city, and they do want us dead. So it's been a long week.
Why do the crows want you dead?
We're protecting one of their, well, former of their own.
I think eyes kind of scan and eventually fall on Wolf on the other side of the room. Pretty obviously the odd person out of this group, and nods. Right. So you're dealing with a attack on two fronts then. One you're trying to stop, one that's trying to stop you. Rather inconvenient those fell on the same week.
Now, luckily, you were open to talking to me.
Luckily. So I can have the Seekers as well as my spies keep an eye out for the Van Hasrath, but it seems that they have a plan that could prove dangerous regardless of our precautions. I was at least made aware that you have a Ben Hasrath connection amongst you.
I'll give you
It's
two
Null still in the
guesses.
basement.
I think we can. I think it's
Yeah, Null's
We
still.
could still pin it on him.
I think Yaz will look to her father.
I think unless somebody else moves to say something first, that Akant will step up and take on that role, and says, "That would be me. Well, not currently Ben Hasrath. I've long been named Talvashoth, but I know their ways, and I have a direct connection with the spy that is organizing this assassination." I see. Right. So you would know firsthand, better than anyone here, how we intervene safely to avoid any collateral damage. See, Akant is kind of a little taken aback by that responsibility being put on him in that moment, and says, Your guess is as good as mine in that regard.
Above table, Talus is still coming tomorrow to try and bring Yaz in on this. So might it behoove us to at least come clean in that regard? If Janelle sees Yaz show up tomorrow at some point.
I think that's totally your decision.
Yeah.
I agree. I also support it though. Like if
Yeah.
like it kind of sucks to have the spy master of Valreo this far up our butt, but at the same time, that's probably going to happen at some
It
point
could
anyway.
be a
And
real
having a little bit
serious
of
asset.
honesty. Yeah.
Mhm. We
Okay.
kind of need her on our side
Like
even for future stuff.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if this plays out how it is going to play out, the attack actually happens and they're there to intercept it, right? That's a gold star for us,
Mhm.
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
As
She's gonna find out.
exactly.
She's the left hand of the device. She's gonna find out.
As Kant is trying to sort of take over with all of that, Yaz will say, "It's me." Kant is trying to protect me, as he usually does. I am the Van Hasrath contact with the connection to Talus. She's my mother.
I see. And you see, like, looks at you, registers that, looks at a Kant, registers that, logs that information away. She says, right, so a direct connection. So your cover, your involvement is still intact then with the plan?
Yes. She intends to bring me in on the full plan tomorrow.
Very careful then, is she?
Quite.
Do you happen to know where they are keeping themselves? Would it be possible for a preemptive strike against them before they put their plan into motion?
I could tell you where they were 2 days ago, and I can very, very assuredly let you know that they're no longer there.
Well, I've dealt with... This isn't the first assassination attempt. Certainly won't be the last. It does seem a bit more thorough than others that we've dealt with in the past. The best way that I've found to catch an assassin is the same way you'd catch a rat. Bait and a thorough trap. Unfortunately, in this case, this bait would be rather valuable to leave out in the open. And I'm not very comfortable in doing such.
Follow me for a second. How tall is the divine?
Venehn wants to do the full like wig pull off. Ha ha!
Mhm.
I'm so glad you asked that question.
Does she happen to be like 5'3" and pretty live?
She's fairly.
Cause I looks around at friends. Very good in the dress.
Garas is
Does
already putting
look
2 and 2 together in his head, like looks
very,
at Ven
very
and
good in a dress.
slowly nods. Yes. I mean, Venehn does look fantastic in a dress.
Why are we discussing fashion at a time like this?
Carter, I'm trying to do like the body double thing where I get to, I'm just whispering to Carter, where I get to like at the last second like stab somebody and then rip off the wig and be like, haha, got you.
It was like that book we
Gives me the
read
whole
last
time.
week. It's like that book we had last week for book club. You know, the one about like the whole rebellion that was happening. So they had that one knight decide to have the one princess. He fell in love with her, but it turns out the princess wasn't really the princess. She was actually the body double. And then the knight got corrupted by dark magic, and his like mentor was like, "Oh, you were the chosen one who was gonna balance out the order." I like book number 8 myself, but.
Right. So,
Unless you
seems
have
like we're on the same page.
a
then.
lot of iguanas.
I-
That's
We
just
don't-
a say inside joke, it's an inside joke.
Right.
I'm just saying.
It could work.
I could pass him off as divine. I'm pretty good at my disguise work.
This one, excellent at disguises. Very good. Has put me in many a lace front. You would not believe.
I'd have to bring Rosamond in on this.
Why shouldn't she know?
I try to keep as much of my business far away from her as possible.
It's her life. I know she's very dear to you. But I think we can all speak from the experience that if you're trying to fight demons, the people they're after should know.
Well, if they've been observing the divine up until this point, and I have to imagine, I don't wish to underestimate the Ben Hasrath. They're typically very thorough, and if this Talus, your mother, is as thorough as any agent that I've had dealings with in the past, I would assume she's done her homework. So we can't deviate from the divine schedule too much, or they'll suspect something is going on, and at best, delay their plans to a future date, one of which we will be thoroughly unprepared for. At worst, they put their gatlock that you have told me they have been acquiring to good use and sort things out in the rubble.
Does the Divine have any appearances scheduled for the next 2 days? I guess just really the next day.
Only at prayer.
Would that be an ideal time to
Switch.
try to assassinate her? Or that would be a time we can switch.
She can be seen at prayer. Then she can be hidden. I know at least Secret Livia knows this. I'm very sneaky.
I don't relish the idea of letting them get within the cathedral with the gatlock. It's a great risk to many people. Do you have any assurances that we can stop them before somebody lights a fuse.
Between.
Take a look at the plans we had already, and what sort of the lineup, like where the placement was. Was it focused anywhere near the cathedral?
It was mostly focused in the Divine's apartments, like in the living space that she and her attendees and upper level members of the chantry would be in residence.
So that's
Go ahead
it
and
then.
point that out then, yeah.
Yeah, we have her scene. Real scene that it is her at prayer. But when she leaves the cathedral, she does not go back to her apartments. She goes elsewhere, and I will at least start to walk there so they think everything is fine. You just need one secret location where we can swap. She is not in any danger.
Your Grace.
Yes.
We do not know all of the particulars yet. As I said, Talus is thorough and keeps a lot close to the chest. However, she did say that she must do this privately herself. Does the Divine have something in particular within her private quarters that may be of importance?
Like what?
Something the Ben Hasrath want.
She is the divine. She probably has something in her possession that someone wants.
That is the missing piece. We don't know why this is happening.
Other than a quaint collection of antique tapestries and her embroidery equipment, I don't know of anything else that she would have that would be of any value to anyone.
Yes,
There
me-
are, of
Sorry.
course, some religious tomes and books, ledgers kept by prior divines, or journals, really, kept by her predecessors that she studies and refers to for guidance. Things of value to a thief, maybe, but to an assassin? Only the divine herself, she would be the thing of most value in that room.
I have two thoughts. Yasmera, we know for a fact your mother said she's going to kill Divine Rosamond, yes?
Sid is racking her brain, but of course, Yasmera would know immediately that yes?
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Rules out kidnapping. Second thought. What if she's not taking something from the Divine?
What, like leaving something there?
It's a possibility.
Something to sully her good name? Something...
To implicate the Chantry in all sorts of things. I just can't figure out what would be in there that your mother would want to take. And why she would have to do it herself.
She would have to do it herself because she was ordered to. But why was she ordered to?
Is it because they trust her to do it?
Blindly without question? Absolutely.
Come pull a job, ask no questions at all, cover up the real devious reason why they're doing it.
There's got to be some reason why they want her
You-
dead.
You don't think the Divine knows about the shards, do you?
I'm sorry.
Garas has been experimenting with pottery recently. He believes that he is
Carter.
something of an artiste.
Carter, no,
She knows about the architect.
yeah.
You think this
That
has something to
is-
do with that?
Isn't everything something to do with
It
that?
seems like
lately?
everything we have been doing all has been going back to this guy. I understand, this is some very much political intrigue that they're doing this for.
So I'm sorry. I asked Venehn earlier if the architect, if that phrase or title meant anything to him, and you're telling me you are all aware of this, whatever it is.
It's sort of inadvertently why we're in this situation. Janelle, what do you know about the architect?
I know very little, but that is a piece that now finds itself snapping into place. Rosamond asked me about that name a few days ago. Something to do with a dream she had.
What was her dream?
She told me that she had been approached by something in her dream that she believed to be the voice of the Maker at first, though it proved to be more. She felt uncomfortable in it, and this entity, referring to itself as the architect, was asking her questions.
What sorts of questions?
Rather mundane. Her name, the names of her parents and their parents, the circumstances by which she found herself being cold to the divine, more theological questions about her connection with the Maker and her belief in him. I would have written off as a bad dream from a young woman in a very stressful situation. But something about the way it affected her and the way it concerned her made me want to look into it more. The timing of you showing up afterwards, I had a suspicion. So,
At this point, we have to assume it's all connected.
We have to. There are no coincidences like this.
We don't have to know why to stop it. But it does change the aftermath a bit.
Then what does the artifact what did the artifact benefit from killing the divine then? Or should we just focus on stopping this assassination attempt first before we worry about that.
I mean, it might not be the architect trying to kill her. It might be her connection to the architect that's getting her killed. But it's assumptions. We need to follow this plan. We need to switch me for the divine, and I need to get in the room with Talus.
Okay. Is there, when the divine does her prayers for the church, is there a sanctuary she goes into before and after she makes her rites?
Yes. The clergy's alcoves where she would adorn her vestments and before attending to the public, joining in the chant for its culmination service. And
Okay. Venehn, we could dress you up as a clergy going in. You go in there with the divine. She does her thing. You bring her back to one of the alcove rooms, and we make the switch there.
We have to find out what Talus knows. I'll do this.
Okay.
Although I would not like for you all to leave me in a room alone with Talus for very long, please. That should be also part of the plan.
I
believe it would be understandable if the divine were escorted by armed guard, and perhaps it would be a simple matter for Garas or I or both to act as members of that guard.
I can do that easily.
The seeker Livia chimes in at that and says, "We could have the seekers on standby. Prepare them for the ambush, have them in vestments."
It's a good idea.
May I make a suggestion? Whether it is simply Talus or the architect or other unknown movers, it seems to me as if, with some exception, we are moving in a fairly predictable manner. Keep some of the seekers in reserve. Have the others go everywhere. Look where we are not looking. Guard what we are not watching.
The Duchess chimes in. She says, "You said they changed locations recently. Do you believe that they're aware that their plan may be compromised in some way?"
They had a small snack.
But not enough for them to fully abandon their plot.
It was one of their own. It had nothing to do with us.
Then additional security would make sense. Seeker Livia could have them sweep the grounds. Not enough to deter the plan from moving forward, but enough to make it inconvenient. Keep them on their toes. We bait them into the apartments with Venehn decoying as the divine. I'll escort Rosamund and myself to a safe place that only her and I will have knowledge of. Keep her hidden there. The Seekers will be waiting in standby for a signal. When the signal is given, they'll converge on the points that have been pointed out to us to stop the Gatlock from being detonated and detain the Ben Hassarath agents. Meanwhile, you all, having posed as guards to the Divine, will be in the perfect position, and the Divine itself will be in perfect position to stop Talus. Yasmera, your role in this is probably the most important. As the one on the inside, you have to ensure that this happens the way that we're hoping.
You're also going to have to help us kill your mother. I don't say that as a threat or jape.
I know.
She won't leave alive.
I know.
Carter's going to do a spirit sense on a cunt.
Ooh.
He's
Ooh,
here.
You're making me summarize a lot of emotions. I was just thinking about him actually. Making me summarize a lot of emotions into one word.
Gassy.
I think
Gassy.
Is it gassy?
Gassy.
I think the emotion that you feel coming to
Shouldn't
the,
have had that chili.
to the forefront above all the others is guilt.
Is there truly no other way? And while Carter is asking that of the table, he's looking directly at a comp.
I don't say that as a threat. I don't imagine that she will let herself be caught.
I understand. Perhaps there is another perspective. I do not mean to contradict you. We have enough blood on our hands. I would prefer to find a way to not spill that of family.
No, by all means.
They're right. She's not going to go quietly. She'll either have a plan to escape, or she will give her life for the cause. Not saying it's impossible to take her peacefully. I mean, to take her alive. I'm not sure she'll give you the option. There are Ben Hassarath ways to ensure that that they're not taken alive. She'd likely have such safeguards in place for her and all of her agents. Even if you capture one, they'll likely be dead before you can question them.
Carter will put a hand on Yasmera's forearm and lean closer and whisper, I believe there may be only one person who may change that fate. The life of the divine is our utmost priority.
As it is mine. But I understand you have other priorities here. And things you want from this situation. As long as the divine is safe and the cathedral is secure, and even at your discretion, what to do, just ensure she does not escape. I will have my own agents in the surrounding area ready to act should any Ben Hasarath attempt to flee. So it's best if you keep her in that room and convince her to stand down if you can. At this point, Akat kind of chimes in and says, I don't suppose there's any way I can get in that room too. She kind of looks at him and says, I think you might be a little conspicuous to be entertaining yourself in the Divine's quarters. Says, I can move pretty quietly when I need to. If you tell your agents not to shoot me if they come across me, then I can stay out of sight. And he looks at you, Yasmera, and says, maybe it'll go better if we're both there. At least maybe she'll be too angry at me to attack any of you.
Yaz just hasn't looked up from the table.
One other thing. I feel as confident as I can in this plan. What should we be expecting from the crows? Or is that a problem you plan to sort out ahead of time?
I mean, you should expect nothing.
We've done what we could to slow them down a bit. If things worked out properly.
Arlo looking on the other side like, is that it? Doesn't say that, but just kind of gives a look over to Wally, gives a look over to Garas like,
Well,
is that really the extent of the plan?
Sorry if we don't want to just like air out our plan wherever everyone can hear it.
I understand if that's your personal business, and we.
No, that was directed at Arlo.
Yeah.
No, but the Duchess kind of picking up on there may be some disagreement there. Says the crows are your business if they're targeting you. I simply wanted to be prepared if I should expect any additional attendees at our little soiree tomorrow.
I doubt it. I think they're going to
Right.
come here.
Well, I will leave that business to you then.
You know,
Based
unless you
on-
just like have some seekers to spare or something.
Do you have any seekers to spare?
We got some Grey Wardens.
Do you think it would draw attention to you if I dispatched a squad of seekers to your winery tomorrow?
I mean, whose attention are we
What-
more afraid of right now?
As
How
my mother
Us-
will probably be stopping in at some point. Probably not a good idea.
Oh, not until after. The whole divine business. They're going to like move under the cover of night, right? Like they're not going to like show up at like 1 o'clock.
Oh, I hope not. I'm not even awake then.
We can look to have some dispatched here in the next few hours, but I would prefer to keep things as insular as possible within the chantry. If you feel that you need the support, though, and that the rest of our plan will be affected by you not having their support here, then certainly.
Above
Otherwise,
the table, is this what we want to do our wolf roll for to finish off? Protect the Red Jenny?
shot.
What I'm gonna say too. So, having Wolf finish preparing everything, protect the Red Jenny is totally like you can do that, and that would definitely help here too. Your essential choice here is if y'all are planning on just leaving the crows to show up here and expecting your defenses to hold and everything without you being here, that's you can do that. There is going to be a roll involved to see how that goes. If you're just leaving it up to your forces, and that's left up to fate at that point to see how
Is there any kind of like bonus or anything
I was
we
just
would
about to
get
ask
if we
that.
finish the defend
Yeah.
Red Jenny?
Yeah, there is the defending setting that up. It's if you don't finish that, then there's no then everyone here, if y'all are not here, everyone here will die.
Well,
If
that's
you
why we
do
send everyone away.
if you do the roll is only coming if you finish that task. That at least leaves the possibility that the people that the
And
protections
why
are put
did
in
we
place,
find and stop the crows?
that was to give you the option to deal with them yourself
Okay.
ahead of time.
We're just
So
completionists.
y'all have the ability right now to go and deal with the crows before they show up at your place, and thus give you time to also go and deal with the chantry afterwards. But that honestly puts a strain on your resources. So there's lots of ways you can handle it, but the fighting and stopping the crows essentially opened up the avenue for y'all to deal with the crows ahead of time. Like,
All right. Here's some
So-
more above the table.
Then I think
If
we
we
should go
get into
kill
a
the
battle
crows
with the
tonight.
crows, the only real resources that we may expend, I mean, this is very nuts and boltsy, but like hit
That's fine.
points and magic points.
Yeah.
We should do it.
If I
Yeah.
don't go hypernova the whole battle, I can use MP to restore any lost hit points and probably still have a good chunk left over.
We
You know what I
should-
mean? Like heal is a much cheaper
should-
spell
No.
than the stuff I normally do.
Yeah.
We should do it tonight.
Yeah. Because it's legit. We're just going through the same thing with the war situation all over again.
We should do it tonight.
Yeah.
We should just take the crows off the table, come home, get a good night's sleep,
Yeah.
save the divine in the morning.
Brilliant.
Then we all go back to the Red Jenny for a pint.
Another Tuesday.
that's completely possible with the time that y'all have. You'll probably sleep it in a little bit, but you weren't planning on the whole thing popping off with the divine and stuff till later.
Till later, so yeah, we should do it tonight.
But tonight,
We have a distinct advantage, given that we got 25 out of 25 points.
Sounds that you have a plan then. Best of luck.
Just
She
hope
kind of
all alive in the morning.
She kind of looks across and gives an eye over towards Secret Livia, who nods, and you can see kind of like a pleased smile across the Duchess's face, and she says, "And I'll leave Secret Livia here to assist you as well, as I want to ensure that you all are alive tomorrow, to ensure that my friend continues to live."
Great.
Cool.
She can put up with me for another few hours.
welcome aboard, Seeker.
She just gives a like centers herself for a moment and then says, "Thank you."
Luckily for you, if everything goes well tonight and tomorrow, you never have to hear from us again.
She starts to say something and then doesn't, and then Duchess Janelle says, "I'm sure that given your business within the city, that we'll be dealing with each other again at some point. But for now, I'm grateful for your help."
We do what we can.
Of course, Your Grace. We may be labeled as criminals, but the Friends of Red Jenny, we are not monsters.
On the contrary, we're your friends.
After our business is concluded here, perhaps there's one other thing that I can help you with.
Help from the left hand of the divine is not something to sniff at.
Well, it would be mutually beneficial.
Yes, I get the feeling that it starts with A and ends with architect.
No, that's purely on you and much outside of my expertise. No, I'm referring to a certain marquee that I believe we have mutual interest in.
Garas,
Garas.
sit down, please.
Garrus literally leapt on the table in that
Garas,
moment.
please get off the table. I get the spray
Ga-
bottle. Garas,
Off the table! Off the table!
What about the marquee?
She kind of smiles contently, having gotten that reaction and confirming something that she had a suspicion about, and says, tomorrow, after all is said and done, we will discuss.
All right.
I must get my sleep, otherwise I will be of no use to anyone tomorrow. A pleasant evening to all of you, and good luck.
good night, Your Grace.
Yes.
Yeah, Grace.
She stands from the table and moves to the exit. I think Secret Olivia goes with her to speak outside briefly, and then I think actually I think Reggie actually gets like the cart that y'all have to escort her back into the city.
Classy.
Nobody fucks with Reggie.
Yeah,
Classy,
so
Reggie.
so she doesn't have to walk home alone.
Yeah.
And with all of that and one more member of your motley crew and a plan to go assassinate some assassins, I think that's where we'll end our session for tonight.
Woo!
We have a plan, y'all.
Yeah.
We have 75% of a plan.
A
No, we have a
plan
whole plan.
made. Yeah, I mean, you really do have pretty much all. I mean, obviously with some room for improvisation when
There's
if and when
always room
things
for
go wrong.
improvisation.
Always room
Uh,
for Jello.
Go
It's the night
take
just
out the
ends with
crows.
Venehn kicking Garas under the table like we've talked about your tells.
Go take out some crows, get a good nap in, and then
Most likely
Deal
kill
with-
you in the morning.
We take the cart, go kill Yasmera's mom, save the divine, then go back to the Red Jenny for a pint and wait for all to blow over.
I thought that's what you were referencing. Yeah. And wait for it all to blow over.
let's go ahead and do our stars and wishes for the night.
Ooh, ooh.
Who wants to go? You want to just go in order, in the normal order?
Yeah, I guess.
Go for it.
My star is gonna go to Sid and Yasmera because she's grappling with a lot right now, and I think it is showing in some really interesting ways. So just a general star for that. This is great character work, and I like watching it, being part of it. My wish is
Say it.
my
Say
wish.
it. Say it.
My wish
Say it.
is just to be able to rip off the wig and be like, "Ha, I got you, bitch." No one expects the Venehn Inquisition. She's
Perfect.
not
Well-
going to expect a small Dalish in a dress.
No one
No.
expects a
Think
I don't
she's
think
got-
so.
No one expects a small Dalish in a dress.
I want to give a tiny star to myself for that idea because we don't really do that, but I think it's great.
There,
And I would
It's
like to
not-
say I think I had a good idea, and I think
It was
it's
a
fun.
really good
It
idea.
was a good idea.
there
So-
was.
really
I hate
It
to
was
like
not
I
something.
hate to like toot my own horn, but I was like, oh, I like my idea that I had actually.
Yeah, there was not some. There wasn't like I didn't have that plan necessarily as an option from the beginning, but there was a point in the conversation where I was sitting here. I was like, That'd be fucking hilarious.
Could you
if that's
see
direction
the
we
could you
decided to go.
see the look on my face when I
I think
realized
I really got there
The
like
gears were
about
turning.
about like 2 or 3 minutes before we
I
got there
did?
to
Yeah.
to like start pushing the conversation that direction.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that
Could you see that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the
Yeah.
gears in your head. That's why I spoke up. I was like, I
See.
know where this
Yeah.
is going.
Yes, I'm very happy that everyone, my other star is everyone for going on that journey with me.
Yeah.
Because I had a good time doing it.
Awesome. Sorry about that. Thank you.
I am no divine.
Yeah,
I'll workshop it.
we'll figure it out. Sid.
Oh, it's not a good stuff today. I think my star will go to Carter for even in front of the fucking spy master of Orlais trying to push off that Garas is getting into pottery. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
The shards.
Yeah.
the fucking the huevos rancheros right there, my friend, was great. And anyone else in this party, including Yaz, trying to do that would have gotten whapped upside the head. But Carter doing it was amusing, and I very much enjoyed it. It was great.
I do appreciate the in game, like in narrative bailout from everyone at that point. It's like,
It's like,
this
Carter.
this is
Carter.
stupid. Nobody's gonna buy this.
No, it was perfection. Real great. Real great. My wish. My wish is that I, Sid, in the next week can come up with some crazy idea to not kill Yaz's mom, but I'm really not seeing it at the moment, which is gonna let's put it this way. Either way, it's gonna be some serious character development for Yaz, I think.
Mhm. Either we enter the era of Dark Yaz or get some real catharsis.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. I honestly have no idea how it's gonna go. It's fully gonna be up to y'all and how y'all pitch it, and there will probably be some roles involved. So we'll see.
So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Wally.
Oh boy. My star, it also goes to Carter. Just jumping in and just trying to explain, trying to cover up, because I've been watching a lot of Bob's Burgers lately, and that was just the most Bob's Burgers moment ever of like, just they say something, and then Gene just pops up and says like, yeah, he's into pottery. Like, Gene, no. That was it right there. It's like, Carter, no. It was just great. I loved it. It was, it added like this unintended humor to the scene. Also, I'm giving myself a little star because I was sitting on talking about the shards for the longest. So I'm just giving myself a little star for finally bringing it up. Because
it needed to be done.
I was really sitting there that
done.
entire time we were figuring out the why. I'm like, it has to be something with the shards. I know it, but should I bring it up? Should I bring it up? And I was like, yeah, let me do it. Yeah, I'm giving myself a star with that one. My wish though, you already put it out there, Val. I want Reggie to betray us, but I either want it to be like a big betrayal.
For the pettiest bullshit.
Yeah, it's like if it's like a huge betrayal or the most tiniest little betrayal that just doesn't affect us at all.
Either Reggie ends up being the architect,
That's
or he just puts food dye in Yaz's food before like a meeting or something.
like blacks out her teeth.
Yeah, like those are the two extremes we're dealing with.
Like
Reggie's either the actual like BBEG for this game,
or he just
does
puts a
some-
badger in the ceiling. Like
Yeah.
either way, yeah.
Or pulls some really-
that or Reggie has been lowering Yasmera's door frame by a centimeter every single day.
That is so much work, and I love that.
Yeah.
By every single day.
Just every time y'all leave for the day, Reggie like puts on his carpentry.
Takes out the whole door frame.
Yeah.
Shortens the door
Sands
frame.
it down.
Love that.
Patches
And then
the
just
wall above
one
it,
and
like-
one day, Yas is like, have I always had to bend down this way?
That's it. That's my wish.
Yeah.
I refuse
those
to
are the two
acknowledge that Reggie would ever betray us.
it again, I don't decide anything ahead of time. It has crossed my mind. So oh, okay. There are some things I've decided ahead of time. I will let you know that Reggie is not some big betrayal that I've been plotting since the beginning. But I'm now considering strongly. Awesome.
I guess that's me then, yeah? Yeah.
That's everyone. We done. On time.
Oh.
No.
Sita hasn't gone
Sita
yet.
hasn't gone yet.
What happened to me?
He literally just said, "Oh, I guess that's me then."
Why did I think that?
And you
why did
literally
I
looked
just-
at him and said,
Sorry.
"Everyone's gone."
In my mind,
No one.
in my mind.
Sita,
Sorry,
no.
I thought you were saying. You see, here's the connection that just happened in my mind. You said, "That's me then," which is what most people say after they're done. And in my mind, I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess that was that was that was Sita's wish was the door shortening thing. Like that's
It was your idea. Wait, no, that was Wally's idea.
That
What's
was-
happening? Okay, here's my star. My star is gonna go to Venehn. I like Venehn is still all about the jokes, but I do feel like we're really starting to see a more serious tone to Venehn come out. It's almost like, and I don't know if this is intentional or if it has anything to do with it at all, or if it's just coincidental. But as Carter is getting a little bit goofier, Venehn is getting a little bit more serious. And in whatever the reason, I love that our characters are dynamic. And after 40 plus episodes, all of us are starting to really see some big changes. These are not the characters we started off with.
Mhm.
And it would be really interesting if we were for some reason to ever go back and see those characters at the very beginning, how wild it would be to see that comparison. There's no way to do that though. I mean, you'd have to just go back and watch episode 1.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do we have, a fucking time
Yeah.
machine?
No, we do have a YouTube channel.
And
It is intentional.
basically a time
though,
machine.
Thank you.
my wish. I think this is mostly on me, but I've made it canon now, so my wish is to include Mr. Tickletoes in more situations.
Oh boy, I'm about to start making some pet mechanics here soon because I feel
The
like a
game
couple of
has
you
some. I
have.
might have to take like animal handling and there's some
Yeah.
talent too. Yeah.
I know you're not the only one with that in the that in the works now, so we're about to end up with a whole lot of pets and followers and shit like that, which probably is we're about at the point where that makes sense to start introducing because y'all are high enough level that having like things like followers and companions and stuff like that is kind of in the game. So we'll see. Is
Okay,
that
that's me
actually
then.
it? That's
Yeah.
actually it for you. Okay.
Whoa, was someone talking just now? Weird.
All right. We're
We
gonna
love you to
call
say
it.
that.
Yes. That my stupid brain just forgets when people have spoken. Or
We
haven't spoken.
what it is we love you so much and we spend so much time with you now that we're just like, oh yeah, we know.
Yeah.
He said something
Yeah.
great. We know that.
Thank you.
Val,
That's
go
gonna be
quick.
it though. That's gonna be it.
I'm
Thank
helping.
you everyone out there for watching. We'll be back in a week to continue our game. Join us in the meantime. I think like we said at the top, next stream should be this Thursday for Iron Country something. What's the full title? I
Oh,
need to
come
remember
on.
the title.
Come on.
Tales from Iron Country.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get there.
It sounds exactly like a show that I named. Is your clip?
Yeah, it does. It does. We just
I have
haven't
one
doing it
thing.
long enough for me to like just remember.
No, we've done it once.
Yeah.
But we're going
So
to it
perfect
again.
time for you to join us. Get caught up on our last episode over on our YouTube, and then join us for the second episode this Thursday. I think that's pretty much it, though. So thank you to my lovely players for being as awesome as always and making this game a joy to run. And thank you everyone out there in the chat for watching. We'll see you in 1 week, and until next time, good game and good night, internet.